Why do the rich never use cash? You think holding a thick stack of bills is a symbol of wealth? You are wrong. In fact, that is the ultimate proof that you are sitting on the sidelines while the real players run the game. While the middle class is busy fumbling with bulging wallets, the ultra-wealthy, the 1% who own half the planet, killed off cash a long time ago. It's not because they're afraid of being robbed, and it's definitely not because they just love new technology. They ditched cash because they understand a core secret. Cash is dead money. Right now, while you're holding bills in your pocket, their value is evaporating every second because of inflation. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. In this video, I'm going to peel back the curtain on a system where spending money is actually how you make more of it. A system where debt isn't a burden, it's a weapon. If you're still proud of the fact that you don't owe anyone a dime and you always pay in cash, you are slamming the door on true financial freedom. Stay until the end because the secret of the invisible class will completely change how you look at a receipt tomorrow morning. Why are we so obsessed with cash? It's simple psychology. Humans feel safe when they can touch what they own. But in a modern economy, that safety is an expensive illusion. Look at the difference. Poor people use cash to control their spending because they're afraid of losing track. Rich people use digital numbers to control their cash flow. Cash has one fatal flaw: it leaves no trail. And without a trail, you have no leverage. Why does this matter right now? We live in the era of data and credit scores. When you use cash, you are invisible to the financial system. When you are invisible, you have no credibility. And without credibility, you can never touch other people's money. The ultra-wealthy don't use their own cash to buy mansions, exotic cars, or investments. They use their reputation to borrow from banks at rock-bottom interest rates. They use that borrowed money to generate huge profits, and then they use that profit to fund a lavish lifestyle. Cash is a barrier. Digital is a bridge. If you don't learn these rules, you will always be the person working for paper that loses value every single day. First, let's talk about the velocity of money. Money is like blood. It only has value when it's moving. Cash is a blood clot. When the rich use electronic payments or elite cards like the Amex Centurion, they're doing two things at once. One, they optimize their time. They keep their money in investments until the very last second before a bill is due. Two, they build a power profile. Every transaction is a brick in their credit score. With a perfect score, they can borrow millions of dollars with a single nod. Cash can never do that for you. Next, there's the ecosystem of perks. You think a credit card is just for delayed payments? For the wealthy, a card is a VIP pass to a private club. We're talking about million-dollar travel insurance, personal concierges who can book a restaurant that's been full for 6 months, massive cash back and points that pay for first-class flights. The reality is that the rich are being paid to spend money. Meanwhile, the cash user is paying full price and getting nothing back but a paper receipt. Then there's security and accounting. Imagine you drop a wallet with $10,000. It's gone forever. But if a billionaire has their card info stolen, one phone call, the transaction is frozen and the money is back. Plus, the rich have teams of accountants. Using digital payments means every cent is automatically categorized and transparent for tax optimization. In their world, how much you keep is more important than how much you earn. Tracking digital flow is the only way to do that accurately. Now, here's the part that 99% of people get wrong. The real reason the rich don't use cash is not because they have money, It's because they're in debt. But listen closely. There's bad debt and good debt. Bad debt is when you buy a television on a payment plan. You're just making the bank rich. Good debt is when the rich use credit and loans to buy assets that make them even more money. Here's the twist. The rich use debt as a legal tool to avoid taxes. In America and many other countries, salary income is heavily taxed. But if you don't have a salary and only have assets like stocks or real estate, you don't pay taxes until you sell. So how do they get money to spend? They use those assets as collateral to take out a bank loan. Borrowed money is not taxed. They live off that loan. It's a life with no cash, no taxable income, and no limits. They don't use cash because they're living off their own future value. So, what's the lesson here? I'm not telling you to throw away your wallet and go into massive debt tomorrow morning. This is about a mindset shift. Using cash is the mindset of hoarding and defense. Using the digital financial system is the mindset of growth and offense. To start stepping into the world of the 0.1%, follow these 3 steps. First, stop being afraid of numbers. Learn to read your own personal financial statements every month. Second, build your reputation. Use a credit card as a tool to build your score, not as a way to buy things you can't afford. Pay it off in full every single month. Third, focus on the flow. Don't ask how much money you have. Ask where your money is flowing and how many new friends it's bringing back with it. Cash might give you a fake sense of power when you feel it in your hand, but real freedom is never having to touch money at all while the whole world moves at your command. Thank you for spending your time with me. If you found this mindset valuable, hit that subscribe button because in the next video, I'm revealing how the ultra-wealthy buy time, the only asset that cash can never buy. I'll see you at the top.